Sorry, everyone. I have a temporary new setting. I'm just experimenting around my house with different rooms. Me basically giving you guys decent reviews. And basically for this review alone, I'm doing this review just for the new film Gone Girl, directed by David. I'm sorry, directed by David Fincher, and I really love and admire David Fincher's work. And I'm going to give you a review of one of his films, and that is the film Zodiac. Now, basically, the film Zodiac is based off the famous Zodiac killings that were from the 1970s, and which unfortunately are still unsolved even up to this date. And basically, it's about Jake Gyllenhaal's character, who's a cartoonist who gets really obsessed about the discovery and trying to really bring out the real Zodiac killer, and basically trying to mainly capture him. And above all things, just trying to really expose him. And as soon as he enters like the studio of this, where basically all the broadcasts and TV teleportation type of things that they show, he runs into other characters like Brian Cox and Mark Ruffalo and Robert Downey Jr.'s character, which is really funny because I'm just like, hey, there's Hulk and there's Thor in this film. That's not Thor. There's Hulk and Iron Man in this film. I'm just like, that's awesome. First off, I love that. The cast in this film is excellent. Brian Cox, Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, and Jake Gyllenhaal are all excellent in this film. They're all excellent. And I also love the visual style and visual prowess of this film. Like, it really feels like a period piece, and yet it doesn't seem to be dated by it. Because this film was made in 2007. And when I watch this film, I'm just like, it feels like it's properly representing the 70s of when these things were happening. And above all things, I just love how beautifully directed and edited this film is. There's a scene within this film with Robert Downey Jr. and he's lighting up a cigarette while reading the killer's, I think he was reading, or I think he was speaking it out like that. And this way that's shot and edited is just brilliant. And it's really done, and you can really see the visual prowess and the visual style that this film is truly going for. Come on up. But you haven't seen her. Oh, it's okay. And of course, I think the film is just absolutely brilliant. The writing, and you can see a true David Fincher type of film here, because it just seems so brilliantly proposed into his own sense, and it feels like it's trying to be so directingly beautiful for what it is. Hey, calm down, calm down. It's alright. Want to come up here? Alright. Hey, look! There's a camera. Say hi. Sorry, girl. And of course, it's like this film is just directed beautifully, and you can really see there's a crisp, clear, and all-around beautiful type of setting for the film. And above all things, you can tell this film is trying to be so faithful and so respectful for the people who just went through so much shit to truly bring out the true Zodiac killer. And unfortunately, in the end, they did not get him. He's still out there, and the crimes he committed are still unsolved. And we don't understand the motive, and we don't understand the reasoning why he did them. Well, even though he did give them, weirdly enough, a lot of clues, like, oh, here's what I'm trying to show here, like, an alphabetical order, and the way he shows in inverted alphabetical ways of showing it, which gives him the name Zodiac, because it's based off the very iconic symbol of the Zodiac thing, like that. I'm out of breath. I'm really out of breath right now. And also that I really just love the visual feeling of this film. Like, there's a tendency to this film, in my view, that is like, it's just gorgeous to watch, and like a great behemoth within its own realm. Like, it's supposedly based on a true thing, and both things, it's just trying to be representatively, honorably, and loyally, because they don't want to disrespect the people who went through so much shit and so much lanes of details and really expose him, and he never did. And it's just, I love that in this film. And some people do complain that we never see. Some of the common complaints I hear from this film is that, oh, why don't we get to see more of the Zodiac's perspective? I'm like, first off, the people in this film have little to no evidence or view or perspective of the Zodiac. So therefore, it's a lot more realistic and it's a lot more understandable because of that. You can complain about that all you want, but it doesn't matter. That's a fact. We know little to know nothing of the film. The other problem, no, I do have like 2 problems with the film. Number one, I think the film kind of drags, and that's the number one problem I have with a lot of David Fincher films, is that they seem a tad too long. Like, this film is almost 3 hours, like, but it's like the last half an hour for me, it seems like it really did drag on. And there's some moments with Jake Gyllenhaal's family where I'm just like, I kind of don't care about it. But then again, I understand what's at risk and what's truly needed, and it really helps balance everything out. But what else I'm going to say is that it's truly just amazing. It's amazing to watch, and it just truly challenges your way on viewing both the CIA propaganda and the news and mystery and thriller and all that type of great things. And above all things, it just makes you think brilliantly about these things that has happened and how we can prevent future things like this of the Zodiac killer from ever happening again. It's just a brilliant film, and I think it's just an amazing film. Like I said before, the problem I have with this film is like a problem I have with a lot of other David Fincher films, is that it tends to drag quite a bit. And like how I said in this review earlier, the last 30 minutes, I'm just like, oh crap, okay, good, there's the end. Because I felt like this one was a bit too long. But if you really do watch I watched the behind the scenes, not on this because I don't have behind the scenes on here, but I watched it online. You can see just how much poignancy, how clever detail, and how cleverly well constructed the film was. Yes, I do think the film was a bit too overly long and it dragged a bit, but I still, on a certain level, I still understand why they did that. In the end, I thought Zodiac was a mesmerizing, amazingly well-made film. Of course, directed by a fantastic film director, and above all things, just a wonderful, wonderful film. I would give Zodiac, in my opinion, an 82%. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed my review of Zodiac. And isn't she cute? And I hope you enjoyed my review, everyone. And hopefully you can I hope you really enjoyed it. And hopefully you can stick around to see me review more films in the future. Till then, thank you for watching. And remember, stay strong. Stay strong.